draft. They immediately went in, and holy Toledo, look at this. First pick overall Centaur, immediately followed by the Beastmaster Dazzle, and then Dusa. Dusa was banned out in the second phase last time. A little crazy that she's banned out this early. What do you think? Or taken this early?
China region just loves this Medusa hero. It's had a pretty good amount of success, if I recall correctly. We've seen it in three or four games, and mostly winning, looking pretty good.
Except for that 1,300 health Medusa at level 25.
That was some strange occurrences going on there.
Yeah,
it's like a bug with the stats, but really she just has like the lowest strength gain. Yeah, usually it's paired with some sort of minus armor strat like Dazzle.
Right.
Maybe we'll see like Elder Titan, something along those lines. We've seen picked with Magnus too.
Oh, he got banned out. There it is.
I wish I understood what the purpose these teams think the Medusa has in the draft. I'm not saying that there isn't one. I'm just saying that I don't understand it yet from watching it. Do you have any theories on that?
So it sort of, to me, feels maybe like what their thoughts are on Spectre, where it's like, okay,
you just go late.
We don't know what the answer is to how to finish games necessarily, or like there isn't there's no longer as clear of a route as there was to finish the game.
So you just go late game and have the better hero, because you're very seldom going to lose late game with the Medusa. We've even seen like the sniper Tricore versus Medusa, and still the Medusa was. And I get there was the Guardian Angel in that game, and we were making jokes about the Brewmaster, but the Medusa still was very, very buffed up. Like she was very, very hard for them to kill. Like you go into the late game against Medusa, and you might win, but it's going to be hard. If you win, you're still losing mentally speaking.
And I think here too, it's like EHOME sort of have already committed to physical damage, roar, so single target disable, and like with Dazzle, you're kind of a low damage support, at least until you start ramping up the rest of your core's damage. And since PA is out of this, maybe their thought is, all right, we're just going to take this hero that we're okay with you going on. We're just going to build our draft around saving her.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Lots of single target too. Beastmaster, Rubik, Centaur to save, Centaur to stun. Provides a traditional peel for the Medusa as well. Grimstroke actually gets to the second phase.
Huh.
Io totally ignored as well.
Oh yes, please.
That is. You in gods, man. You hate the Io. I mean, I guess I'm like.
No, I'm talking about Kunkka.
Oh, the Kunkka. You love. Is this one of your favorite heroes?
This is my most played hero.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was thinking Timber, man. You're loving the Timber. I guess you didn't know.
Kunkka, Timber, and Spectre. Those are my three.
Those are pretty reasonable heroes. They're all very tanky.
Yeah.
You just like to be a tanky boy, don't you?
That's right.
I think my top three are Pudge, Enchantress, Broodmother.
There's not a lot of commonalities with those ones.
They're all Cancer, I guess.
Jesus.
They're pretty toxic heroes.
Not great.
No. They're fun heroes, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Enchantress is fun. She's sprinking around. That hero sucks, man.
Sprink? Yeah. She is fun. I liked playing her a lot because I used to play StarCraft back in the day, so I have some micro skills. It far outpaces every other skill in Dota. I just these like creep super crazy, and then my hero's dying over here or something.
Not always with the StarCraft players, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Just I see so many StarCraft players that are just like, yeah, I can't. I'm not really 5-6K MMR, but then they play Meepo, and it's like better than 5 to 6K Meepo players.
I mean, the problem is that you have to learn to play other things.
Who was that the StarCraft pro that was getting into Dota?
Baby Knight?
No.
Select? Select was in there? He played on Red Panda?
No. It wasn't. It was
Who else?
It was what the hell was her name? Jesus. She
Scarlet?
played Scarlet. Yeah, she played a lot of Meepo.
Scarlet's sick.
She played a lot of Meepo, and she was actually like just climbing the leaderboard so quickly. Has absolutely no idea what's going on in the game, but so good at Meepo.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by like the micro skills can actually win if you play Meepo.
To be fair, I was not on the same level as Scarlet in StarCraft.
I don't know. I'm just saying it's a similar thing. Your micro's probably better than mine because I didn't play any of those games. I was playing World of Warcraft. You play one guy in that. Yeah. That's why I'm playing.
And most of the time, you're just watching them sort of bob up and down on a horsey, right?
Right. You sit just in like a city, looking sweet. Yeah.
There you go.
And then questioning why you've invested 10 years of your adult and childhood life into this game.
That's something for another time because we have a lone druid here as well. Look at that freaking hero.
Finally, this hero very highly coveted in all of the other regions. It's just China that doesn't like this hero. But now we see it. I think it's really good. I think with Medusa Lone Druid, you have this extremely good early sieging lineup. Like you can run with the Medusa, get an Aegis on her, have the Lone Druid to do damage to towers. Medusa actually has an early timing. People always think like, yo, she has a split shot, get rapiers, go late game, become immortal. But she does have this early timing where if you can pick up some stat items on her, you could essentially use her as just like moving tower, hide behind her, and just have like the Lone Druid siege. If you try to fight into the Medusa lineup, well, she'll just have a centaur and a Grimstroke to fight with her. So yeah, I like this hero. I like the Lone Druid a lot.
I should mention real quickly, we were talking about the dynamic of Keen and EHOME last time. It was also that the position 4 player for EHOME is on loan from Keen Gaming, and he had a hell of a game last time around. It looks like it's Jianang. I can't pronounce the Chinese name, unfortunately, but he was a well-known player from Keen Gaming last year and owned God's Will, Destiny, Fate. That's what one of his tags used to mean. God's Will.
That's a bold name.
I know, and Gods will not be here to watch him anymore either, so we'll see what happens there.
Pay respects with the T to Gods.
We take out the TB and the Lich. Ooh, Lich would have been nice.
Yeah, Lich, very, very good with the Lone Druid in lane. You just throw the ice armor on the bear. There's absolutely no punish to committing the bear into the enemy team's faces. Like you can just use it to harass, and it's really good.
Oh, this is another one of my most blades. This is my favorite draft ever.
Damn, you're wetting yourself over there, man. This is a good draft for you. Where's the Pudge?
I know, what the hell?
How come you're getting all your picks?
Well,
I like Rubik.
It's because they're good heroes.
I'm cool with Rubik picks, but Oracle.
Yeah, Oracle's fun.
10 seconds.
I don't think he got any changes.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
He's a good hero.
You can totally. He has, I think, some of the most outplay potential, not only for the enemy team but also your own team if you're not careful.
Do you think Oracle is the most confusing hero in Dota? Like let's say just to make it simple, like reading the spells. You just look at the spells and you're like, I get it. I get what this hero does.
Right.
Is Oracle the most confusing?
He might be. I don't know. What would be another contender? Probably.
I mean, Grimstroke is pretty.
Yeah, Grimstroke's pretty funky.
It's like, oh, this thing, it does this pulsating damage, and it goes in, it stuns between 0 and whatever.
Right.
This other thing, Stroke of Fate's pretty easy, actually.
Yeah, Stroke's pretty easy.
But I feel like with every one of these heroes, this is not great analysis, but this is a complicated hero.
Well, all right, so you got, I mean, a Purge. Yeah, that's the thing that's weird about it, is that every single one of his spells can be used both on his
things, yes.
Can be used both on your team and also the enemy's team, except for his ulti.
And then none of the names actually indicate what it does. With Grimstroke,
right.
It's like Stroke of Fate. Okay, he does this thing with this big paintbrush, it sends a stroke. I get it. But with this hero, it's like Fate's Edict. I don't even know what spell Fate's Edict is.
I don't know what Edict means.
I think Mashrak has one of those. He has a Diabolic one of those.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you know what? I think it's like yeah, we're just going to leave it alone. I'm not confident enough.
Edict. Is it like...
It's like eat it. Eat it. Eat it.
Is that the Weird Al the Weird Al remake of
Yeah.
Be It? I know what it is. It's an official order of proclamation.
God damn it.
It is.
Thank you, production.
Hey, don't spoil it. Come on, man. Kevin probably didn't even have to look that one up.
I thought it was like...
I just knew it.
I thought it... That's right, definitely.
That was beating us in trivia.
God damn. I like the Luna, too.
Luna last pick.
Another one of my most played.
Is it?
Yeah.
Still one of the highest win rate heroes in pubs. Just the fact that she gives stats, she has taken quite a few nerfs since she was first changed to give those stats on the aura. I think like Agi-Gay nerf, maybe talent nerfs, just some like straight up random nerfs to her talents and stuff like that. But in any case, her win rate's still pretty high. We just haven't seen a lot of her in competitive. I think
5 seconds remaining.
I think it's an okay game for her. You can like group up, push early. You have good fighting. Like the hero is going to be really strong in the lanes, whether it's like with a Rubik who's going to get that damage with her, or the Dazzle. Probably be Dazzle Beastmaster, but like they have some group up potential with these auras plus the Kunkka boat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is that this feels like a sustained game. Push out towers, take them down all around the map, and then you never have to go back to base because you can XTP.
That's where I've seen people having the most success with Luna in pubs is, sure, you can pick up the glaives and farm jungle, but people are they're acknowledging that. So if they have to, they will do it. But also, they're grouping up and fighting early. They'll get this was before anybody else was getting the 3 Wraith Bands. People were getting 3 Wraith Bands, Dragonlance. Maybe not even the Mask of Madness on Luna because you didn't want to farm, but you just group up with these early items and take a bunch of towers and then take map control, win the game based off of that. And that's when I've seen Luna having had the most success in pubs, essentially.
That's quite good.
I think it's good.
All right. Well, game number 2 ready to get underway. EHOME versus Team Aster. And I would say that Team Aster heavily on the back foot. They've gone completely out on a different tangent with their drafts this time around.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Given how the last game went, it's close enough to like the new patch period where I think if you get totally demolished in a draft, you can just say like, okay, well let's just try something completely different. See how this goes.
I think also when you get outplayed on a Chronosphere, tipped, and then immediately GG out, you need to come back with something different.
Yeah, that's definitely accurate. I think in these later stages of, I mean, let me tell you, I've been hearing some drama that's going on in the North American region. I'm not gonna name names, but
leaks.
With that being said, there is a lot of pressure on these players at this point. It's hard to see when you see their little heroes moving around and stuff, but mentally these guys are dealing with a lot right now. So I think Dota is fun in games. It is just a game, but they're going to be pretty serious at this point. So I think as much as we joke about that sort of thing, there might actually be some pressure on the Void when he instantly GG's out like that.
Oh my God! Do you see
that?
Spam
pinging, yeah.
Medusa she got the D ward, but I don't think she saw the Kunkka place that or anybody place that. I think that they just knew that from the last game where they placed the ward. I'm not positive, but I don't think that they saw him.
Good catch. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Cause maybe between games they're like loading up the replay or using like a ward map, like going Dota buff, something like that.
Yeah.
Teams absolutely do that.
You know what though? They showed that Bobica has 2 wards. So they aren't probably going to bring out a sentry to try and de-ward a ward that might have been here. Well, nonetheless, they're going to head back over here with Bobica. And he is going to be laning bottom with the Centaur Warrunner. Bounty runes?
They're
actually
like
3 for Aster again.
They're actually not laning the Grimstroke with the Centaur for the first time that we've seen in this qualifier. Usually if there's a Grimstroke, you want to run it with the Centaur. You can just run him in and put the bubble on him, but there's 3 people down here. They're actually going to kill him.
The lift is going to come in just a second. They're going to decide to go onto Bobica, pull him back in closer. Punch is going to come out. Hoof stomp. A little late. And one more punch. Oh, Fairy Fire Bobica. No, is it going to be enough? He's walking away. Eats his way through the trees,
nice.
Trying to run. Juke away. EHOME.
Dude.
Not going to get it. Bobica does it.
It blocks the gap, too.
I think he saw that. I think he's still... Oh, my God. Bobica!
God.
You madman. Do-si-do. Where'd he go?
Dude, this guy's just been sitting in practice lobbies 24/7 practicing these new juke paths. How does he know those trees are there? How is he doing this? The patch was just released.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I want to think that he just has so much practice, like... It's like, oh, this guy just plays so much Dota. He's so good. But
is this really not?
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
He pings it. He knows it's there.
He can't hit it, though.
My God.
All right. Team Aster, they're back in it.
Good God. This has been some good supporting so far.
Well, it looks like it's going to devolve into a full tri-lane versus tri-lane. Oracle gets a D-ward in the meantime also, so D-ward taken, more experience going to them. A little bit of gold, too. And laning stage-wise, it looks like Lone Druid beating out the Beastmaster so far, 11-5 versus 4-1. Ooh.
Yeah, that's...
His summons are bigger.
Yeah, I think that's a given. Beastmaster, melee hero, Lone Druid, very good against melee heroes. Although Beastmaster also great against melee heroes, but the bear just outweighs those boars for sure. I think the mid lane probably is going to favor the Medusa eventually. Right now we see the Kunkka being higher in the CS charts, but with the Snake, if it were actually to hit the Kunkka, would drain a lot of his mana. It's very annoying to be a melee hero versus Medusa. Then again, the Tidebringer doesn't cost mana. We'll see how this shapes up. Last time I thought the Huskar would win. The Kunkka did not lose.
Gotta have faith in the Kunkka, man.
Yeah.
He's too good.
This guy's very, very good at this hero, man.
It's a player.
After the last game, let me tell you, that was some nice kunkaing.
Faith Beyond gets a second point up now. Things will probably get a little bit easier for him now, getting up to the 32 damage instead of just 16 on the double bore.
What's the board timing now? Do you get
38 seconds and
60-second duration?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can have 2 up for a while.
Yeah.
The big winner in this also is going to be the Luna. You can see, well, maybe we can't see. There's a lot of punches coming through. In some trouble. Luna dead. First blood.
First and foremost.
With that second kill picked up, Team Aster strike back in a big way.
Dude, that stroke of fate was beautiful. That hit on a bunch of creeps and like 3 heroes. It did so much damage. At this point in the game, that spell, no spell should do that much damage. Lone Druid, once he gets level 5, this Beastmaster is not going to be able to lane here without help. You can just entangle the boars, and it kills them from full HP because they are creeps.
Ugh. Hurts, hurts, hurts. Oh, nice Lucent Beam. That saves his life.
That was a nice little play. That Rubik dies otherwise. He just TP'd back, so saving him is extremely paramount.
Going for the 1-1-1 build on the Centaur Warrunner. We'll see if he decides to max out the Retaliate or if he's deciding to go for a more traditional double-edge build. Feels like Retaliate's really good in a tri-lane like this.
Yeah. Just the fact that, was it 32 damage returned at level 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's basically like any of these heroes' auto attacks if you get a Stout Shield proc. You're just doing as much damage to them as they are to you, and you also get that Retaliate buff eventually for damage.
This is nice for the Kunkka. Medusa's still having a good time, and of course is a hero that can retreat back to the jungle if things get a little bit testy.
Yeah, she's perfectly happy to just go into the jungle with split shots, and we've seen Medusas lose lanes very, very hard, retreat into the jungle, then 10 minutes later she is the most farmed hero on the map by a huge margin. Yeah. This hero seems to outfarm every other hero right now.
Oh, Bear gets out. So 2 for 2 trade on the bounties.
I still think that the fact that there are so many like combined camps that you can farm just benefits any hero that's able to take multiple camps at once, like Gyro, Medusa, any heroes with spells.
Oh my god, he got stomped! His brethren took him out! XXS trying to walk away, trying to survive. They ended up killing off Innocence instead! And, well, just barely. Luna able to get the stick charges off and get out of there. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going in on this Dusa, trying to find the kill, and will get it. A little bit too late. Bulbika not able to save her. And now, he's not careful, might end up getting beaten down by this Kunkka as well. He doesn't have any more buff, but hits it in there as well. Innocence comes in with the big Shadow Wave, and it looks like a double for the Kunkka.
Alright, this guy is really good at Kunkka. He's just solo killing a Medusa.
I mean, it's a lot of damage, and now can immediately TP back home. Is going to be full HP and mana most likely, or at least fairly close to it.
You know, to get an idea of how absurdly strong the new Kunkka is, you'd probably have to lane against it. Like, it probably doesn't feel that great to be this Medusa. Just given the raw damage that he does now in the early game with the cleave, how they buffed it to just strictly do more damage when you have less armor, maybe it's just not laneable for a lot of heroes that could have previously laned Kunkka. Like maybe he's just that good.
The other thing is that since you're buying all these bracers and stuff, you're getting more regen, so he didn't go bottle, which is the core item on a lot of core Kunkkas previously. Yeah, it allows him to have that much more damage early on. 100 right now, plus another 100 coming in from the Tidebringer. It's hitting impossibly hard right now.
Plus, what is it, 165% cleave now?
Yeah.
Let's do the math on that. So he's in the so 100 plus 106 plus 16.
It's like 300 damage.
165. Yeah, 300 something damage. Mitigated by the armor, but I mean, he's just got, what's the cooldown on it? 4 seconds?
4 second cooldown.
That's a lot of
yeah,
one hitting range creeps at 7 minutes into the game.
I mean, this has always been the case.
He's two-shotting waves.
You could do that before with the Tidebringer. You had to like punch some of them a little bit, but I mean,
did you one-hit range creeps at this point though?
No, you did not.
Yeah, that seems pretty nice.
That was the big issue, is that they would have like about, I don't know, 50 HP or something extra, and then you could like deny them afterwards.
Yeah, ranged heroes would like super benefit from that. You just get a free deny.
And so with this constantly coming through, he is going to keep farming up a storm, has the medium camp he can head back to also in between waves and keep the pressure on, which means Dusa back in the jungle might end up losing her tower rather quickly. Also a DD rune.
All right. What Medusa's doing right now is why a lot of these teams are picking her, I think.
The plus side also for Aster is that Sylar is pressuring this tower like crazy. And Bafik letting us know that Kunkka is rotating in. If he could find this catch here, not quite in range.
He's predicted that he kept running. Sylar just goes for the instant teleport out. Does the Lone Druid Bear get its own TP slot? I imagine it would, right?
Let's find out. Where's the bear at? Oh, he's back at base. Yes, he does.
He's taking a dip in the fountain. He's taking a little bath. And if I try to bathe my dog, she bites me. This bear loves it. He's loving it.
And you really wouldn't want this thing to bite you either.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's terrifying.
It's like a polar bear.
Yeah. Another tier 1 tower taken.
What are the issues with losing the early game to a Lone Druid? If you lose the Lone Druid lane, you just have this guy take your tower, and then he goes to another lane, takes another tower. Although, same thing goes for Beastmaster, I guess. Right. You leave that hero in a lane, he'll push towers as well. But they're committing to the tier 2. I don't think Beastmaster can do the same.
Yeah, and also Kunkka would be able to come and defend against this, but he TP'd over there to try and catch the Lone Druid. So now, one step behind.
Did he TP or did he walk?
He TP'd.
He does not have a TP at all.
Yeah. It's still on cooldown even if he did have it. Well, tier 2 tower, Glyph forced out. Meanwhile, the Beastmaster trying to pressure on his own. And it looks like they are actually going to back out right now, interestingly enough. Need to wait for the next wave.
It's a nice ward. All of this ward coverage by the Dire is really, really nice. Grimstroke TPs. Yeah.
Back out.
You don't want to just let that tower get sieged for free.
Level 10, 40 damage talent.
With a double damage to boot.
He's ready. He's also the Beastmaster Hawk is going to spot this Medusa, but they want to go mid instead. That is a nice Fate's Edict. The long duration stun, though, a couple more punches. He needs 2. He's not going to be able to find it, it looks like, and instead they turn now onto this Dusa, and they can't bring her down. There's not enough damage here. You will throw another Tidebringer, maybe?
Ooh, did he have the auto attack? Was that?
Whoa.
Nice. Nice, Grave. That was sick.
What?
He just baited it.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Took me a second there.
Dazzle just has 2 smokes. No items, 2 smokes. They're in stash, but support life, man. It's a rough one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Being a single parent to like 4 kids, you know. They're all screaming for space on the map and for wards.
I just want to smoke in peace. That got dark. All right.
That did get dark. Smoke and drink. You're like my parents.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. I have great parents.
Oh, look at this. Another axe pulls him back in. I don't know.
So much mana regen. Good God.
Yeah.
Just get a full mana pool from that.
That's the nice part. Hit a couple heroes. Head on
Beast
back to the jungle.
is just. Oh, they're pinging it out. He's just sending the Hawk to block camps just to make them think that there's a ward there. They're gonna place a sentry, and it's just for Hawk.
This could be a big moment if they're able to catch anybody. And it's Beastmaster sending his summons up there to the high ground. Another ping. They did see the Hawk head over this direction by virtue of that sentry ward.
I love that he's sending these Hawks to just block camps. You're just denying so much gold if you can block that around the camp spawn time. You know the Medusa's going to be farming those tri-camps too. You just block one of them and she's getting half as much farm.
Stolen Mystic Snake by Rubik.
Is under attack.
That's real nice. Because it's percentage based. Just throw that at the Dusa in the fight.
Yeah.
I guess it's only 600 mana pool right now for her anyways.
Double nuke though for him too, just to nuke out waves. Rubik's
Yeah.
going to get real farmed. This is a Rubik 4 though. He should be getting some farm.
So how do these team fights look perfectly executed for EHOME? What are they going to try and do in these fights here?
I think you absolutely need to roar the Oracle because otherwise he just purges the roar, saves the roar target. So you have to somehow get to the back line. So you're gonna need like some smoke rotation, catch the Oracle out, maybe have the back line reveal themselves. But the issue with that is like there's a lot of stuff that's pretty hard to run into on the side of Team Aster. You have the Centaur who's going to be stomping. You have the Lone Druid Bear who can fear. You have the Medusa who's going to be stone gazing. So you definitely need some sort of smoke wraparound or to fight once you have some sort of way to initiate with like the Blink Dagger, with a Beastmaster Blink Dagger or something like that. Smoking works too.
So this is really interesting. They move in with the Shadow Blade on Kunkka right as the Centaur dewards that camp. And now Kunkka moving forward is going to run into Fenrir, finds him. Boat immediately thrown out, pulls him back in, connects, able to steal away the Phantom's Embrace as well, almost killing off that Grimstroke, but not quite. Now they need to get the hell out of here. The Soulbind onto 2, the Torrent, creating a little bit of separation for them, but they're both going to be purged, both going to be caught. Faithbeyond is here again, and actually Love are low on mana, but it looks like they are going to be able to walk away from this one. So, oh my god, look at that damage that came out of them from the Necro books.
Yeah.
That almost killed her.
Yeah, you need to get the Oracle. Grimstroke's fine too, but burst him quicker. You need the Rubik to be there. Start with lift.
They still have the boat available.
Oh yeah, he had an Arcane Rune, so all of that was super low cooldown.
Trying to kill off this Hawk, it's going to take a little while, but yeah.
He's definitely missing you.
I mean, this is the thing, right? Is that
look at the damage.
It's like
he's evading.
It's really annoying to have to deal with this. It's like more annoying than a ward, and it gives less gold.
He has to go back to base 2 now because he uses mana.
That's insane.
Probably was going to go anyway, but if you're the beast, you're happy with that.
I feel like a good nerf would be like it takes just 2 punches like a ward to kill a Hawk. What do you think?
Sure. Then again, if you make it like a certain number of hits, people are going to start using it to like tank towers and stuff like that.
That's true.
Like the bots you use with the sentries.
I mean, 2 hits isn't that much, though.
2 isn't that much. 2 would make the hero bad, though, I think.
Okay.
And then also, even if it's 2 hits from heroes, wards are less hits from summons.
Yeah.
And the tower doesn't count as a hero, so people would start abusing that for sure.
So how do you think both teams are feeling about this draft right now? Like, is there one team that's a little bit more happy than the other? Because Luna's been able to get a fair amount of free farm as we see the Oracle get taken down. But likewise, there's a Deuce in this game.
Deuce Lone Druid, yeah, both of these heroes are excellent late game carries. Really the only excellent late game carry on the side of EHOME is Luna, and god damn it, that Centaur's out of position, but they're not sure if they want to commit to it just because he has the ulti.
Oh, good Stampede, and they still get that bounty rune. So trading them off 2 for 2 there.
That Retaliate makes these Centaurs, like, Retaliate's Embracers, makes Centaurs feel like they're impossible to kill without just taking your entire HP pool and damage.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
Getting towards that Blink Dagger next. And it still feels like EHOME just sort of comfortable farming up, wait until their timings on their items.
Yeah, Luna, no points in ulti, 3 points only in beam. He's just looking to accelerate his farm instead. He's got the patented 2 Wraith Band, probably 3 before the Mask of Madness into Yasha Treads build. So quick at farming for any of these agi carries to have these items.
He just clears out the whole jungle pretty much.
Yep.
Gonna go get this camp last. Maybe stack it if he can't finish it in time.
Oh, we can with those glaives.
Ooh. And still, Aster going to be doing a similar type of thing. Got Medusa over here in the bottom lane, pushing it out. It's very difficult to make a go on her, although Kunkka causing a little bit of trouble. I think it might be worth it here just to like throw a boat out and like try and slow down her farming.
Sure. Try to maybe bait TPs too.
Yeah, like you won't find a kill, but little things like that. Although it does look like still he wants to hold on to that in the mid lane to make sure that they can't push down the tier 1 tower. Maintain map control while Faithbeyond pushes out top lane. And the battle for who can farm faster, who can do more with it, is going to continue on here.
You know, I don't want to be that guy, but I feel like new Kunkka is just so much more boring than the old Kunkka. you just run around. You get to a certain point in the game where you can't actually kill cores. You're just killing supports who like already have miserable lives.
Yeah.
And then you just run around clearing waves, being tanky. It's like, hey, if you go on me, it'll be hard to kill me, and then my team will kill you. You know, it's
amazing.
Before, you're just walking in and just Daedalus crit one-hitting entire enemy teams.
You can still do that. Just buy first item rapier.
Like, I think it's better. I think it's better now, you know? But
yeah,
it's more boring. Unless you get a rapier.
Yeah. That's the big decider.
Then
you lose the game.
You lose the game, which is what you'll still. At least it'll be fun for the duration of the rapier, which will be like a few minutes.
Yeah. Well, there was a time there where I was, and I think that this is a good pub strat for you, so you can take notes if you want.
Radiant's middle tower is
that's
under
Faithbeyond scouting things out here. Might have to hold that thought. Do they have vision? Smoke immediately broken. They should realize this, but Bobica standing far forward now. They're still comfortable doing this. So, okay, they back out. And, well, the board just heads off that direction. Is there going to be a fight here? Luna is showing in lane. It's very bold from the man named Ego. It looks like they won't go. So anyways, here's what I was going to talk about. You go PA. In the past, it went Aquila, FaZe, Deso, Rapier.
Oh my god. All right, I was following along.
Yeah. Oh, Mask of Death also.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll allow the enemy team to kill you faster.
Well, so you don't go Mask of Death, you just go the Mask of Death, the healing,
okay,
and then you immediately, as you finish the Rapier, smoke into Roche with like one team member. They don't expect that you can take it. Get an Aegis, and then you just walk around the map and like dagger people, and it times up with about you getting your level 20 talent. So you just
3x dagger. You
just stay in the back, and you're a freaking turret machine, just throwing out daggers left, right, and center. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds really legit. I think we'll probably see PA building into this game.
Okay. Fair. Uh-oh. Trying to run? Oh, he's dead. The first kill that we've had in a while. Well, meanwhile, in the top lane, they try and bring down this bear. Faithbeyond moves into position. The roar is there as well, but immediately saved. The Oracle knew where they were going, and he is able to make sure his lone druid lives through everything.
Oh, that cancels TPs now.
And he's going to be caught. Faithbeyond in trouble. Meanwhile, Medusa moves back in.
He's blocked.
They're going to kill him off.
That doesn't look like he's body blocked, but he was.
Big buff to Bobica. Mr. Oracle cancels TPs.
God damn, he just wasn't expecting that straight up. Oracle has... Okay, he's going for an Aghanim Scepter. He has an Ether Lens. Like, that's the thing. You have to absolutely go on the Oracle with Beastmaster. You have to. It is the only way to deal with this hero. Otherwise, he just nullifies your entire initiation.
Man. All right, well, things have really fallen apart for EHOME over the past couple of minutes, and now we're getting to that stage that you're talking about. Medusa just was left to free farm, and now she has a Hurricane Pike and a Mask of Madness.
When do you look to fight with this Luna?
Exactly.
I'm just worried that it's two of these like ultra hard farming carry heroes. I guess you go Roche? No, you just send illusions to push lanes.
Yeah. But it's like one is better than the other at the late game fighting.
Yeah, I mean, you're just 1 versus 2 is the thing though. Like, none of these other heroes really matter in the game. It's these carries. Like when we're talking late game, I mean, I guess Oracle, Centaur, saves are relevant. Beastmaster, Roar, maybe not so much against the Oracle. They have the Grave, but really like pound for pound in terms of damage, it's Luna versus Medusa and Lone Druid. That's it.
They have a little baby crit here on Kunkka.
Okay.
Oh, God. And Aster, no. They know the play is to go into Roche, and they're just sitting here waiting. It's like, how do you get back into this game if you're EHOME? You either take a Roche or you win a big fight.
Ooh, nice smoke.
And Sylar is the one that's going to be there front and center that breaks the smoke. The stun, it's interrupted immediately. Able to steal away the hoof stomp as well. They roar up one. It's the Lone Druid, and now the boat coming out as well with the Eclipse as well. Can they kill him off? No. They need to run the hell out of here, although there is bad juju. It's starting to stack up a little bit, and Kunkka doing what he can with the cleave out the other direction. But with the hoof stomp hitting, and EHOME needing to run away as another one fight for Aster.
You have to get to the back line, man. You can't just go on the first thing that you see. You're going to this is the hero you can't do this against.
No.
You cannot do that against Oracle. He'll just save his team. The thing is, the save didn't really matter that much there. It wasn't Medusa, like she's probably not going to die anyway, but the thing is still like the fight, even if they go on the Lone Druid there, if they go on the Grimstroke.
Oh man. And they have to contest here. Kunkka does not have buyback. They don't have Eclipse. They don't have anything. But if you give this Roche away, the game becomes so difficult from this point forward. And EHOME thinking about just walking in. They want to come and contest, but there's no way to. Faithbeyond throws out the axes, hoping to make something happen. But Roche will go to the Medusa. And now Aster in firm control of this stage of the game.
It's 2 versus 1, man. Let me tell you.
They say it's EHOME still a little bit.
I wonder if that's like with the old Kunkka.
Yeah.
Because this new Kunkka, he does not do anywhere near as much damage to the heroes that matter in the late game. Like, they have so much armor. Lone Druid, he has no armor items. He has 16 armor. Medusa, 24 armor, plus her shield is going to prevent her from taking a lot of that damage. Before, you could just walk in and get one Daedalus crit on a range creep or something that had low armor, and you would just instantly obliterate the entire enemy team, including the carries. That was the thing. It would include, like, you had to be worried if you're a Lone Druid that you would get one hit. But now it's like, he's going to hit you maybe 30% of your HP, but that's not a big deal, right? You just lifesteal that back.
Yeah.
Now Medusa has a Scotty, so that's even more armor, even more effective HP.
I mean, he's going to need to be dealing out. He will probably have to get a rapier if he wants to deal significant damage in these fights.
Yeah, but even then, it's
is it enough?
it's still mitigated.
Right.
You know, I mean, it is a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong, but it's as if he's hitting the Medusa with the rapier himself, which he's going to. If Kunkka had a rapier and he's 1v1ing a Medusa, he still needs to hit her 10 times to kill her.
Yeah.
If she's not hitting.
It feels like they need to find a way to drag out the fights, but the problem with EHOME's draft is that outside of the Kunkka, there's no way to bait spells at all. Like, you commit with the Roar, or you commit with like a Luna Eclipse or something. And they're going to try and split push to the best of their abilities, get more farm, see what they can do here. But it is feeling more and more like this is Aster in control of this game. And this is a first pick Medusa.
Yeah, that's not really much to like counter the Medusa. I guess that's the thing is like sure the Beastmaster like pseudo counters the Medusa because you have the Necro units which are going to drain her mana, and then you have the Kunkka. Like we saw the Kunkka do very well against the Medusa in lane, but you can just draft other heroes like the Oracle with the Medusa that are just going to buff her up and be make her effective anyway.
Yeah.
So like, what do you do you hard counter it with an anti-mage? Maybe she'll just out timing you.
Right.
I can understand why the Chinese region is like picking this hero. I really think that just with how fast we've seen her farm in these games, no matter what, she can just go into the jungle and then basically do what Luna's doing right now, except without a good early game and also be tankier.
Yeah. Heads up play here by the Rubik to get out. And Dazzle does have a TP. Needs to wait until after that hits, but he's not going to use it. Back to the grave.
Nice KS, XXS.
We do have a Butterfly on the Luna as well as Manta, Dragonlance. Like, this is a fairly stacked up hero. I guess that maybe you get to some like crazy timing in the late game where you can start to, I don't know, get more items on other heroes. Like, is there any way that Luna can like outposition them in fights? Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see a scenario where if like EHOME plays the fight well enough.
Oh, he missed the Tidebringer.
I mean, even still, it's like 19 armor. It doesn't. It's it's like what you said in the early game. It's just a little bit of a play. Maybe force some TPs, force the Lone Druid like to be a little scared. But yeah, I think EHOME still has it in them to like win this game if they position right in fights, and like let's say the Glaives bounce around and they kill off like the Grimstroke, or the Lone Druid Bear dies, which kills the Lone Druid. Like one of these like small occurrences can happen where you just take a fight where the Glaives they bounce just right. Maybe they hit 2 or 3 people with the boat, and then they wipe them. And then we've seen Luna on high grounds like how quickly this hero can take racks. It's very similar to like a Terrorblade.
I guess the other thing you could potentially do is just have a fight last long enough that the Dazzle bad juju starts stacking up.
Well, that's true, and then the Glaives just bounce around and do tons of damage.
But you need the Dazzle to live through the fights, which we have not seen happening.
He's got boots.
He's got boots in the smoke.
This poor man has a stick in his quick buy at 26 minutes, and he's still not purchasing it. He needs wards. He bought wards on the courier.
That's a TI winner. How dare you?
Don't worry, guys. I'll get my stick in 50 gold. They're 70 gold.
No, they're like, get your ass some wards. What are you doing? You think you're buying items?
Yeah, come on. You're dying anyway, man. You don't need that stick.
I do like Faith Beyond picking up the Boots of Travel, and he's going to have to come back home and use them now because high ground push isn't working. Thankfully for EHOME, you do have a lot of D push with the Kunkka there, and the Aegis is going to expire, so eventually, the one thing that everybody always talks about with these types of games is that when you get to the late game, anything can happen. And I do have to wonder if maybe Aster, if they don't push and try and take advantage of the next Aegis, if they're going to be leaving a few things up to chance and bad luck.
Yeah, it's possible. Like you point out, the Beastmaster has boots of travel, so split push in the late game especially is always going to be a factor they have to be worried about. Like if they can split up the heroes and then take fights, it's not just like a raw 5v5 fight, then everything that we've talked about basically goes out the window.
EHOME knowing that they need a really good fight for themselves, are trying to look for a smoke pick off here, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to find anybody as of yet. Again, Aster having really good identification of when the positions are there.
They've had really good reads of these smokes. Every time they're just already in position with the smoke themselves, or they just back off and don't give the opportunity to EHOME. Yeah. I don't know how they're knowing. Like superior vision on the map, so they just see that the whole enemy team isn't there, basically. So it's like, all right, where could they possibly be? They've got to be smoking right now. If they didn't have good vision, they'd just have a lot of question marks, and they wouldn't. They might not know.
They are taking some damage onto these towers. Got to be careful of that, and looks like Deuce is going to come in to clear it out. And again, EHOME going to try and push out these lanes. This is what they basically need to do for the rest of this game. Don't let a creep wave get into their base. Otherwise, another push like the one we saw from the Medusa and the Lone Druid will come out.
They're looking for the Rubik. They don't.
Oh. Gets out. And look, that's 5 heroes up there.
Yeah, that's always a way to win a game, even if it looks like you have inferior ability to team fight them. Like at any point, you can always split push, which means that somebody on Team Aster probably wants to build into boots of travel themselves, just so they can handle this what's going on right now.
BKB done for Luna, and Medusa finishing off the Butterfly, as well as the Scotty already done a while ago. So these heroes are getting stronger and stronger. Do we have any GPM talents on any of these guys? I don't think that Dazzle has any. Rubik, no. Oracle has one a little bit later on, but he took the cast range as opposed to the GPM.
He's got so much cast range, actually. All he needs to do, that's the thing, is like the Oracle is really the key to this Aster draft. It's just the fact that they have superior carries. They have two versus one, basically, hyper carries, and the Roar is like the only way that EHOME wins a fight that they shouldn't. And if he can just get the ulti off in a fight, they're going to probably win the fight. So, I mean, as a result, EHOME should really just be focusing on getting this Oracle, but it's a lot harder with the fact that he has an extended cast range from all these things.
10 heroes bottom for 2 bounty runes. God. What is Dota?
What does Dota come to, man? It's not even about the bounties. It's just that everybody knows that there's going to be people down there and just looking to like take a fight.
Could be worth picking up a gem. Oh yeah, they got one already on Centaur. Yeah. This is smart. And yeah, they see that there's a ward over here. They take that one out. I'm going to do a quick little make sure that the spectator key is there so I can switch back and forth between vision. So yeah, right now vision not really there for the Radiant all that much. Dire having much better vision in this side of the map, and also dropping this one split pushing ward down.
This is another way to deal with the split pushing. Just limit the enemy team's vision so they're not so comfortable playing in the side lanes. Like for instance, you can see the Luna literally just standing there and waiting and being afraid, and that's going to be due largely to a lack of vision. Like it forces the enemy team to group up a little bit more. Yeah. Because you could just be getting picked off. Beast is doing such a good job split pushing. He's being so annoying.
Yeah, just blinking off into the trees. This is like you talk about, just hanging out, the woodsman.
This is the old style of Beastmaster, like the very, very old pre-rework Beastmaster. You would just occupy one side of the map, kind of play like old Broodmother used to play, where you just push in the lane, force the enemy team there, maybe try to stay in range for the experience, but you'd also use the Necrobook to like de-ward. You'd send it to push out, and then send the Necrobook to just de-ward your entire jungle. And it is very, very annoying to deal with, because you run into the Beastmaster, chances are he's going to have a Hawk that sees you, and then he just gets out.
Big stuff there, and Aster's still confident, just farming out their side of the map. The net worth lead right now, we've gone to back about even, only 2,000 gold, 4,000 experience, and win probability, favoring EHOME a little bit. We'll see if that ends up paying off or not. In terms of levels, we do have level 20 on both the mids and the cores at this point. Beastmaster not having his nor the Centaur yet, but looks like they're going to try and sneak Roche. This is a bold move, folks. You guys cannot do this.
In comes the bear.
Yeah. And the call is to smoke. This is eerily similar to what we saw before.
This keeps happening.
Yeah.
This exact smoke. They run into them, in this exact area.
With the Lone Druid.
It was the Lone Druid before, too.
And they get the lift, the pull back in.
Nice.
Still fine. Can they bring down the Grimstroke in time? The Soulbind is already there. The Eclipse coming out. Kunkka trying to hit, but he's stunned and starting to take a ton of damage from that Lone Druid. The boat buff is going to be applied, though, onto one of them, and they do still have a good amount of damage coming from Mr. Ego himself. Grave already out. Bad Juju. Can it stack up? Are they going to be able to do enough damage? The Torrent, it comes out onto both of them. They're taking him down. XSS can go for a Blink Stun, but interrupted by Y. Great combination. As finally, EHOME able to take a good fight for themselves, taking down XXS, and the Grave again. Why not? Rubik's Living, triple kill for Ego. The buybacks come, and with that, EHOME are going to back out. Can they get away, though? Oh, he doesn't quite connect on the stun. Good reaction, good getaway, and with those buybacks, one fight for EHOME.
God, buybacks despite the Lone Druid not having his. Like I don't even think they can take Roche. I like that they were able to get on the Lone Druid first, and then like he forces away. It honestly kind of benefited EHOME just because it baited Aster into saving him, and with him being forced onto like the low ground area, and then the rest of the fight happening on the high ground. It was hard for like the Oracle to choose between like who does he save, and then the Centaur like uses the ulti to try to get the Lone Druid out as well. So the fight just essentially split. And then when the fight splits, like EHOME just picks off 2 heroes. They hit that amazing 2-man torrent, and then at that point, it's just the enemy team essentially running away from them.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of like how many kills can you get while the enemy team is running.
Well, and I think also that interrupting, like Centaur, you saw him, he was standing right here, ready to go for a Blink Stun initiation, and if you hit that, maybe you can suddenly turn the fight again for Aster. Back the other direction. So the fight breaking out now as they get themselves ready towards the bottom lane, and still contesting for Roche, but this does mean that somebody from Aster is going to need to head back and defend against the split push. With the bots ready on the Beastmaster, he can get into this fight in a second. So tower down.
Yeah, this
big place.
This is always an issue with Beastmaster when he builds and plays like this, is that
they found one.
That's Medusa. It's a Medusa though. There's an Oracle. He's fine. There's no way you go on this.
I mean,
he's a Medusa, right?
I mean,
I don't know. He's taking no damage.
All right, they're getting out of there. Centaur is able to get back close enough in time.
I think after 10 seconds of just blowing everything into a Medusa and nothing happening, it's like, okay, maybe we reconsider, guys. This isn't the Lone Druid.
That's probably for the best. Get the hell out of there. Satanic done for the Luna, who has taken the top net worth spot. And are they going to do the same smoke again?
My God.
I think they are.
Third time's a charm.
Oh no, they got a sentry. They won that last fight. That was a good smoke.
It was a good smoke. Yeah, the initiation target was good. I like that they also initiated with the Rubik lift, by the way, in that fight. I forgot to mention that. Just the fact that it's not just using the roar, like using the roar and having it dispelled. It's like, well, okay, there goes the whole fight, guys. But if he's just saving the roar and playing this like split pushing build, it's like when you're playing against a Winter Wyvern as Lycan. Why would you fight into a hero that is like a hard counter to you when you can play this other style of Dota that's going to be equally annoying except not countered?
Yeah.
What heroes do they have to counter this split pushing? I really like that he's recognized this in the game. He's completely switched how he's playing. He's not looking to even contribute in these fights. Like he's just being so annoying. It's gonna get him some levels too. Like we can see that the Centaur's a lot. I think the Centaur's like a lot less level than he is. Yes, 18 to 21.
This is why Faith Beyond the Times, I think, was considered one of the best offlaners in the world, too. Just providing so much utility for his team, even when his hero doesn't do as much as you would want. The lift, pulling him into the low ground.
It's a Medusa again, though. I don't know.
This is a tough one to take, but they at least are able to force some rotations over here. And, well, in the meantime, Centaur, he's like, I want to do this thing, too. This seems like fun. He's going to push out bottom.
It is pretty fun. You get so many levels and experience and gold, just instantly killing creep waves. It's great when you're an offlaner and you're in this situation where it's like, oh boy, somebody needs to get a bunch of farm on the map. Oh, I guess it has to be me. Guess I'll have items instead of not having items.
And again, the EHOME Classic. It's happening. They're going to smoke around. Do Aster realize?
I wonder if they're going to fight in precisely this location.
I mean, they learned from the last one, so has Aster learned from the previous fight now?
They're going all the way around and trying to get vision up, too. Oh, my God, a smoke into smoke. How many times?
Smoky smoke.
How many times are we going to see a smoky smoke happen in this game?
They put the Hawk right where the Oracle was a couple seconds ago, and now moving into this area, they will spot the bear. And smoke is broken. Awkward.
Nice bear positioning. I like that he left in the Roche bit.
That would have been an easy Roche otherwise.
Yes.
Faithbeyond needs to be careful. 6 seconds until Hawk. They scan. They see him up on the high ground looking for that opening. They have caught onto this Kunkka maybe. Gets a nice hit there. Kills off the bear with a crit, but now low on mana.
Dude, he's totally out of mana.
Kunkka, you need to get out of here, buddy. Is he okay? He needs to get some mana and XTP back to base.
He really does. Are they actually just Roshing because the Kunkka's out of mana? Dude, that is such a heads-up play if they're actually just doing that because they know the Kunkka has no mana.
I mean, it looks like that's the plan. They ping it out.
It's legitimately going to work. How do they fight without the Kunkka? Boat.
All right, he's he's going to use his Shadow Blade and walk into here. They don't have the boat for this fight. He needs mana to take this fight. Walking into the pit, he's going to cleave onto one, trying to take down the bear. They're soul binded up immediately. He can maybe buy back into the fight afterwards, as they've already almost killed off the Kunkka fully through and already losing yet another. So Rubik is dead. He's buying back. The Grave is there onto Kunkka. Meanwhile, WoW going to start to stack up that minus armor, and the rest of them getting the glaives caught between the two. And they keep this Luna alive. She is dead as well. Needs to buy back and walk into this fight. It was a bold move, and Faithbeyond now also in trouble as they chase down yet another. XXS living through this. Faithbeyond trying to walk away. They have the Grave available for him afterwards, and looks like
nice
Faithbeyond
grave,
is in trouble, but they walk into the pit and able to steal away EHOME. They steal away the Roche, and now they pull the Grimstroke in. They don't know what to do with this Medusa at all. The lift up there as well. In trouble. Can they kill her off as well? Sylar trying to lay into these heroes, and Luna going to get feared. She has the Aegis afterwards, though. Kunkka, he has already blocked back into this. If he goes down now, it is a big problem, but it does look like they're going to lose the Luna. Rubik also very low on HP, and he's going to die. They buy back on the Beastmaster. He can TP in on top of these two. Luna trying to do what she can, but outmatched, outskilled, and killed off. Just like that, Aster win decisively in that team fight.
All right, that entire series of events all started with Kunkka being mana drained and the call to go Roche based on him not having mana. Whoever made that call is the sole reason that they won this game. Like, I wish we could do that's good game. They GG'd. I wish we could do an interview because that single call, like if you watch, Keen just recently made a YouTube video. He's making lots of YouTube videos, you know?
Yeah.
And he said, one of the biggest things that differentiates these Tier 1 players, Tier 2 players, is not skill. It's the ability to make that one game-winning call.
Yeah.
That was fucking amazing. That call. That single call, because it was such a stalemate for so long.
Yeah, totally.
Literally just, Kunkka has no mana, let's go Roche. And then the fight happens, and they get obliterated because the Kunkka had no mana. Like, the ability to make that calculation is actually so insane.
You know what's funny about that?
What?
If you give Daz a little bit more farm, maybe he has arcane boots. You can XTP, get back in the fight, get my man some farm.
Did they have no arcane boots?
They had no arcane boots on anybody. They had no bottle. They had no nothing. They need just like all you need in there is you need 125 mana, and you can X 50 mana cost, TP 75 mana cost or 100, however much it is. I don't know. You need a tiny bit of mana. It didn't happen. Tough stuff.
It's so funny how in this game, it's like everybody's just like, Dota is the most complicated, convoluted game. But it's the simplest thing that results in potentially a major slot if Aster wins the second game.
Oh, and look real quickly as well at the, if we can go back to the screen again, sorry, production. But the win probability, they were favoring EHOME the entire way until that one fight, and all of a sudden, after they were pulling it back together, it slips back into Aster.
That right there is a classic Homer Simpson pattern. Yeah, the Homer Simpson is always what happens when you have those buybacks come out.
Yeah.
You either have a Bart when you have like the Radiant buyback and then the Dire buyback, or you have a Homer that comes out.
All right. Is that the shape of it, their profile?
You're correct.
Okay.
If there was like buyback into feed, then that would be a Marge Simpson.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, and on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to game number 3. Aster versus EHOME. Already looking quite strong, both of these teams. But one game will decide who's going to the major. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a bit.